So how is it going, Dank Division? Dank Dan here, and I thought this bundle was supposed to drop later on, but here we are with once again another DMZ bundle. And for those of you who are wondering, why does this bundle look so familiar? Well, you might remember it from this.
That's one less loose end.
You might also remember it, now that I've traumatized all of you, from Modern Warfare 2019. So, a lot of us have a gripe of, hey, you mean to tell us that you weren't going to let us carry anything over, but that was just because you were planning on reselling us all of our bundles, all the Mastery camos that we've seen, including Damascus, as well as previous skins that we already had access to, but by all means, resell us the same bundle. So, within this bundle, you have two skins for Ghost. First off is the classic Ghost skin, which of course is from the Loose Ends mission. And the one question I never thought I'd ask myself about this was, what does it look like when he's wearing his hood up? I've never questioned that in my life until now, and now we finally see it. Now, the weapon that we're handed is the ISO Hemlock Loose Ends, which actually has, if you see it, the little ghost symbol is actually in there, as well as 141. And this gun is meant to look like the ACR, just like when we had the Kilo, which you can see now side by side, that these weapons were both made to look like the old school ACR. Now, while the bundle for Modern Warfare 2019 hands you a pistol, this one decides to hand you the EBR-14, and dare I say that this thing kind of reminds me of the MK-14 that I used to run back in the day. But, well, I digress. But here's the thing that has people driven nuts. It's the fact that both skins have two-plate armor vests, and that both of these weapons have a 15-minute cooldown time. As well as this adds an additional operator slot, meaning that if you already got the previous one, now you'll have 5. I mean, granted, you get the weapon charm, you also get the weapon sticker, as well as the loading screen and the emblem. Don't get me wrong, this bundle is beautiful, but my gripe is with all the DMZ stuff. Now, here's where I dare to say we need to start thinking, because everyone has the same mentality and it needs to finally be said. If you're sitting here going, well, it's DMZ, you should be easily able to get this. It's easy to get your hands on 2 plates of armor. It's easy to get your hands on a medium backpack. It's easy to get your hands on a UAV. The problem that I have is I'm thinking too far ahead of myself because I'm looking at Treyarch's game. I'm looking at the next Call of Duty after the one that's coming out, when we get into the Black Ops games again. Because if we're going to be indifferent about this and go, oh, it's just DMZ, no one's going to say anything, I want you to keep that same energy if they do this with zombies. You know, start the game off with a weapon that's of epic rarity. Start the game off with a perk. Start off the game with armor. Start off the game with maxed ammo. Have a higher chance of getting the wonder weapon. Better yet, have it that you start off with the ray gun. If you think that they won't do it, use the bundles that are coming out as an example. They will, as long as people pay for it. So that leads me to my next question. Do you think that they'll actually do this in regards to Treyarch zombies? And if you think that they're going to do it, is that going to ruin the experience? Because let's face it, you might say, well, it's just zombies, who cares? I'll tell you who will care. Anyone who's going for world records and trying to speedrun will now have to invest real money, aside from buying the game, into a skin so that they can have an advantage, so that they can go for the world record. This also means that people who just got onto the game will now have their friends who just bought a bundle that sets them apart from everyone else. Now, granted, everyone has this similar argument of, well, I'm a good player, I can get all this stuff, I can still beat you, congratulations. But I think you have forgotten what pay to win means. The Rose skin was pay to win, as well as all of the ones that followed after the original Rose skin. There were bundles, blueprints that were pay to win that pretty much guaranteed you were able to mow someone down. And now you have these DMZ bundles that are setting up the same thing. Now, pay to win does not equate to that you will win just by buying this bundle. It just means that you are in an advantage from the start. It doesn't guarantee your success. This is something we have seen in mobile games. This is something we have seen across a few games out there. And now it's sitting in COD. Why? Because people are willing to pay money for it. And what better way to collect money than to give people advantages in this mode? So I'm looking forward to reading that comment section down below. Do you think this is too much? Do you think this is the beginning of the end with them making these decisions? Because let's face it, at the end of the day, there's nothing stopping them from doing this in other game modes after DMZ. So, if you enjoyed watching this video, don't forget to drop a like, leave a comment down below, as well as follow us on all of our socials and click that subscribe button. And you guys have a wonderful day, night, whatever you're doing, do it wholeheartedly. And this is Dank Dan, signing off.
Get them to click that subscribe button, Dank. It's the only way we can figure out the numbers. What do the numbers mean, Dank? We're wasting valuable time.